Live from ABC7, this is Eyewitness News at 7 p.m. on LA56.
The hunt is on for a Las Vegas couple after the discovery of a dead child in their home. Why investigators say they could be headed for LA.
New security measures are being put to the test tonight at Dodger Stadium. We'll show you what to expect when you head to the ballpark this season. And
she received support when her prosthetic limbs were stolen. Now the community is rallying around this quadruple amputee once again. We'll show you what they're doing to improve her life. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jory Rand.
And I'm Rutabaga Shabazi in for Giovanna Lara. Welcome to Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7 p.m.
We begin with that disturbing story out of Las Vegas. Authorities are searching for the parents of a 3-year-old little girl who was found dead inside their home. The couple is now believed to be in California. Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell has the latest on the search and how it all began.
Police went to this North Las Vegas home with a search warrant on Thursday, a day after a 17-year-old brought her 4-month-old daughter to a hospital in critical condition, severely malnourished. Inside the home, they found the body of the teenager's 3-year-old sister. Investigators believe their parents, 38-year-old Kelly Phillips and 39-year-old ex-convict John Drew Lachaud, abandoned them.
It is imperative for us to locate these individuals at this time.
Investigators believe the 3-year-old died several days ago, and the 17-year-old and her baby were living in the house with the child's body. The teenager has been arrested on a charge of child abuse with substantial bodily harm.
We believe that some time ago, several months ago, the parents left the residence on Wood Thrush. They left the 3-year-old child and the 17-year-old sister of the 3-year-old child at the residence alone.
Authorities believe the girl's parents may be in the Los Angeles area.
With the information that we have, we cannot call them suspects just yet, which is why they are persons who are wanted for questioning.
Las Vegas police have reason to believe Phillips and Lachaud may be in the Los Angeles or Oakland area. They're urging anyone with information about the couple to contact them. Amy Powell, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Amy. Investigators have tracked down a Victorville woman who appears to strike a child with a tablet computer in a video posted on social media. Before we show it to you, we want to warn you, you may find it disturbing. The man who recorded this video did not wish to be identified, but he says he posted it on social media because he himself is a father of 3. He confronted the woman in a Victorville shopping center parking lot. Sheriff's deputies say they have now identified her as Yvonne Camargo. They say they examined the child, notified Children and Family Services, and are now submitting the case to the district attorney's office.
The Angels and Dodgers are playing a spring training game right now at Dodger Stadium. Fans saw new security measures at the gate that included metal detectors. Eyewitness News reporter Melissa McBride tells us why there's extra security this season.
Go Dodgers. One team in LA, one Los Angeles team.
As the Dodgers get ready to take on the Angels in exhibition play, fans arriving at Dodger Stadium are seeing new security measures in place.
It's a sign of the times. It feels safer.
This year, all 30 Major League Baseball teams are having their fans go through metal detectors or get screened with a handheld metal detector.
I think it's safer. Like that way you don't have to worry about people sneaking in things they shouldn't be sneaking in. So, for our safety, it's good.
Seems to be the norm everywhere, any kind of public event, because of the way the country is now, but so I think it's good, safe.
Most of the fans we talked to say they do feel more secure coming to the games, knowing it will be harder for someone to bring a weapon to the ballpark. But fans recognize metal detectors won't keep out troublemakers.
If someone really wants to get in a fight and start trouble, it's really not going to make much of a difference. It might make some of the fans feel safer, and I agree that that's probably a better environment for everybody.
Dodger Stadium wants fans to be patient with the new procedures, and while many understand why the enhanced security is needed, some feel like it may be a little excessive.
It seems lately that all the sports are getting a little bit too much security, and it's taking a little bit of fun out of the game.
The procedure here is pretty similar to what you would experience if you were going to a courthouse, for example. Fans will need to take large objects out of their pockets, things like cell phones, but other things will stay on, for example, belts, jackets, and your shoes. Reporting at Dodger Stadium, I'm Melissa McBride, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Melissa, thank you. An investigation is underway following a deadly officer-involved shooting at Lincoln Avenue and Glassell Street in the city of Orange. Anaheim officers went to arrest a female suspect with an outstanding warrant. She was in a car with a man and another person. Officers pulled them over in the city of Orange, where they say a man got out of the car with a firearm. That man was shot and killed by police. The woman was taken into custody. The officers were wearing body cameras, and that video will now be turned over to investigators. Hundreds of demonstrators marched through downtown LA this afternoon. With whistles blowing, they protested alleged injustice by the LAPD toward people on Skid Row. Today's march was organized by a coalition of local civil rights groups. It follows the recent fatal Skid Row shooting of a homeless man who used the street name Africa.
A fight outside the Burbank Town Center led to a shooting that saw one man hit, another injured. It happened around 1:25 this morning. Investigators say one group of people was leaving the mall when they began fighting with a second group. That's when someone pulled out a gun and opened fire. One man was shot in the torso. He is expected to survive. A second man had head and face injuries from the fight. Police chased down one of the suspects on foot and arrested him. They believe this incident may have involved rival gangs. And police have identified the gunman in that shooting incident yesterday at Universal Studios Hollywood. Investigators say 38-year-old Andrew Thomas Jones of Fullerton showed up at the theme park where his ex-girlfriend works. She spotted Jones and, having 2 restraining orders against him, called security. When officers tracked Jones down, he took out a gun and shot himself fatally. Some guests were temporarily sheltered in place as security locked down the scene. Park security there does perform searches on guest bags as they enter, but they do not use a metal detector. And the search continues for a man police are calling a child predator. He's accused of kidnapping a 2-year-old girl in Gardena. Authorities say the girl was taken from the back seat of her mom's car at a car wash Thursday. She was found 2 hours later in the parking lot of a restaurant 10 miles away. Investigators say the girl was injured but did not give any further details. Police are looking for a white Nissan Altima that's seen on camera in the alley behind the car wash and near where the girl was found.
A series of small earthquakes rocked the Newhall area this morning. This is what they looked like on our Eyewitness News Quake Cam. The first earthquake was a magnitude 2.7. It struck at 7:52. The second and largest one hit a couple minutes later at 7:54, measuring 3.1 on the Richter scale. A few smaller quakes followed. There are no reports of damage. Viewers from Santa Clarita to across the northern San Fernando Valley called us to say they felt the shaking. Topanga Canyon Road is back open after a car caught fire, causing the road to be shut down in both directions. Officials say around 10 o'clock this morning that car crashed over the edge of the road about 1 mile north of PCH. It then broke out into flames, which spread to the nearby brush. Firefighters were able to get a quick handle on the fire, attacking from the ground and the air.
With the ongoing drought, it was really bad timing for a pump station in Val Verde near Santa Clarita to go out. They had a huge water leak last night. A normally dry creek bed was filled with surging water. LA County Public Works officials say the drive shaft in the pumping unit failed. The pump controls water flowing into nearby storage tanks. It's unclear how much water was lost, but repairs are underway. Eyewitness News is committed to helping you beat the drought, and we want to hear your ideas. Join the circle of eyewitnesses and tell us what you're doing to save water, or share pictures or video when you see water being wasted. Just post with the hashtag ABC7Drought. And speaking of dry temperatures, let's head over to Danny Romero because we might have a change on the way.
All right, thanks very much, Ruta Bay and Jory. Yeah, we're looking at some gorgeous weather. Yeah, it has been very dry, but it looks fabulous. And then here's our Long Beach camera a little earlier today. Mostly blue skies, just a little cloud movement above that throughout the afternoon, but really nothing too strong at all. But that will be changing in the days ahead. Right now, the live look outside gives a beautiful view down to the happiest place on earth. We're at Disneyland, of course, California Adventure to be exact, to be more specific. Radiator Springs looking pretty good. Now the temps. Pretty nice right now. Down around Orange County, 77 in Fullerton at the moment. We're showing Santa Ana a cooler 69 degrees. Inland Empire shows pretty nice mild numbers here in the early evening hours. 75 for Ontario. Riverside at 71. Hemet at 75 degrees. Out to the desert. 83 in Palm Springs. So very nice, warm-ish kind of temperatures. Now some cool is showing up on the coast here in the 7 o'clock hour. 63 right now in Santa Monica out at the pier. We're showing 61 for Oxnard too. So certainly cool on the coast. Clouds starting to move in, a hint of what's to come our way. So tonight we'll call it partly cloudy skies. 58, the overnight low, and those clouds start to build up day by day over the next few. As we head towards Monday into Tuesday, we'll see a little more cloud cover coming our way once again. As we head towards Wednesday, there's rain, wind, and snow. I'll tell you all about that with a 7-day forecast in just a little bit. Right now, Jory and Rudabeh, go ahead.
Okay, Danny, thanks. People are coming together today to help raise money for a nurse who lost her limbs to bacterial meningitis. The proceeds will be used to help make Karen Crespo's home handicap accessible. Eyewitness News reporter Q McCrae spoke to the quadruple amputee.
This is more than a CrossFit competition. Every heavy toss is for Karen Crespo.
The CrossFit community has been so amazing throughout this whole thing. You know, I'm a stranger and they're linking arms to help me.
Karen lost her arms and legs to a terrible case of bacterial meningitis in 2011. We've introduced you to this former nurse in the past.
Please return my box bag.
2 years ago, someone stole nearly $100,000 worth of her brand new prosthetic limbs from her porch, taking her independence at the same time.
Oh, I mean, of course, it's difficult, as you can imagine, but, you know, for the first year and a half, I think after the whole theft and everything, of course, I was really depressed.
Shield CrossFit in Covina heard about Karen's story on social media and organized this fundraiser.
For a great cause, for a great woman, and I like to give back, and I think this is a great way to give back.
Through donations, Karen has since received new prosthetics. She made history last year, becoming the first amputee to walk the catwalk at New York Fashion Week. The money raised at this event from sales and raffles will pay to make Karen's home more handicap accessible. More than enough motivation to get these competitors lifting that much harder.
We do this in our regular gym, but to come here to a different gym, to do it for a good cause, definitely makes me push a little bit more.
Not everyone's fortunate enough to be able to do what we can do, so, you know, it's out of love, so I'm glad we can do it for her.
Without them, this wouldn't have happened, so happy and thankful.
In Covina, Q McCrae, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Great stuff. Eyewitness News returns with these news stories.
Torrential downpours dumped more than half a foot of rain across Kentucky, turning roads into raging rivers and forcing dozens of rescues. We'll take you there.
And chaos erupts at a New York casino. See the scene as dozens brawl, sending fists and chairs flying. Severe storms, flooding rains, and high winds are cutting across much of the country this weekend. Kentucky is reeling from the worst of it. 5 inches of rain in some cities have washed roads and bridges out, leaving a massive sinkhole in its wake. ABC's Alex Perez has more from Louisville.
In Louisville tonight, they are cleaning up and drying out, salvaging whatever they can after torrential downpours dumped up to 7 inches of rain across parts of Kentucky, turning roadways into rivers.
It's normally just a wooded area. Today, it's covered with water.
Those floodwaters rushing through neighborhoods. Authorities rescuing an elderly couple from this home by raft.
They're in good spirits, a little cold right now.
They're sending people to rescue folks.
And more than 100 rescues at this Louisville apartment complex after floodwaters inundated the first floor. In Tennessee, overnight, blaring tornado sirens heard after 68-mile-per-hour winds caused power outages for thousands. While in Alabama Friday night, lightning. Up to 5 strikes hitting every minute. The storms leaving at least 3 dead. In Kentucky, this stretch of Highway 22 simply washed away. And residents living near this bridge in Richmond are now cut off from their only road home.
They have no way to get in and out now. They're isolated.
And back here on Highway 22, that massive hole growing 4 feet today alone, authorities say it could be 3 months before this roadway is back to normal. Alex Perez, ABC News, Louisville, Kentucky.
Here at home, Danny, beautiful weather.
Really, really nice, right?
Yeah.
But if you want that change, you want some rain, some snow, some wind, some like winter-ish weather in the spring, we got some of that coming up as well. So a little of everything for everybody this week ahead, and the much-needed rain is on the way. Let's go outside right now. Here's how our Saturday is looking over the Southland. We got our live camera going out to Laguna Beach, and right now, man, it's just been a great beach day. Not necessarily really hot temperatures, but clear skies, beautiful views, some still enjoying the early evening hours down there at Laguna on the shore. Now, we go outside to our live HD camera to Burbank and the Valley. Clear skies, been that way all day. Pretty warm on the inland spots, in the 80s in some areas, but otherwise not so bad. And then here we are in the early evening hours, very, very mild temperatures. Downtown LA looks great. And today, nice temps as well. 69 at the moment, calm winds, and still on the dry side at 36% relative humidity. And we're looking at a great view of Angeles National Forest today. Watch it now. A gorgeous sun in the sky, setting in the horizon as evening moves into the upper elevations and all over Southern California. Just a beautiful day, turned into a pretty good night. And now get ready for a change in our weather as we're going to see our high-pressure ridge start to break down. Now we look ahead tonight into tomorrow and beyond. Now we're watching for this. Keep our eye on our low here towards our north. This low is going to start tracking towards us. So by Tuesday into Wednesday, in place and bringing us rain, wind, and snow, and a lot of cold air. So temps are going to drop down pretty cold at night to the teens in the mountain areas, and that means snow. And snow levels dropping down to as much as a dusting at around 4,000 feet. Here's numbers tonight, though, and tomorrow, much cooler temps. Low 70s for the inland spots where we saw 80s. Only going to get to 70 in Pasadena, 71 in Covina, 74 for Ontario. Beach is very cool. 66 Redondo, same for Huntington Beach. Now we look ahead with the 7-day power by AccuWeather. Clouds in the morning, sunshine for your Easter Sunday afternoon. Not bad. Here comes the cooler weather Monday, and then by Tuesday, Wednesday, here's our rain event. From Tuesday night to Wednesday morning is the main rain event. And then backing off by the weekend, back up to the mid-70s for sunshine returning to SoCal. Valley's Inland Empire, a sunny, breezy Easter Sunday. Then the cooler, windier Monday. Here come the clouds and the rain Tuesday into Wednesday. Clearing out by Thursday, and then back up near 80 degrees by Saturday of next weekend. The beaches will be cloudy and foggy through the morning hours and staying pretty cool the next few days with the rain moving in Tuesday into Wednesday with winds kicking up as well. And then by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, clearing out back up to upper 60s, low 70s for the highs. The mountain areas, watch out here. Winds are strong, gusting 40, 50 miles per hour. And then that rain, wind, and snow really come together Tuesday into Wednesday. 2 to 4 inches of snow in the upper elevations, snow level dropping down to 5,000 feet with that dusting Wednesday morning. Cold enough and moisture in the air, could get something around 4,000 feet. And for the high desert, we're seeing a sunny, windy kind of day tomorrow for Easter. And then partly cloudy skies. Here comes that change in the desert as well. Cloudy conditions for Tuesday, and then Tuesday night into Wednesday, light showers. Desert not getting a whole lot of rain amounts, but just the same, some rain for everyone Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we turn things around, head into Thursday and Friday. Temps jump right back up to the 70s to mid-70s by Saturday, and sunshine for the weekend, next weekend.
So we get like a day of winter.
There you go.
Back to
Perfect.
spring.
Yeah, and even like
All
a few
right.
hours at that.
That's my kind of winter.
There you go.
Thanks, Danny.
Danny, thanks.
All right, in New York, investigators are still trying to figure out what sparked a brawl inside a casino food court. It broke out last night at a casino in Queens. Police say more than 24 people were involved in the fight as another 300 people looked on.
What was it like to be there?
It was chaos. It was like Royal Rumble, WWE.
All I remember was like, it was just chairs flying everywhere. It was chaotic. It was too much going on at one time.
Officials estimate the damage to be several $1,000s. 3 men were arrested, but so far police have not determined what started the fight.
Still ahead, a unique show today at LAX.
It didn't involve anything in the air, though. Find out how these classic cars are benefiting some special athletes.
Let's say you'd like a car that's fuel efficient and not too big so it does well in the city. Oh, you'd also like luxury and some sportiness. I'm car specialist Dave Coons. Acura says their new entry-level sedan has all those things. We'll take a closer look coming up.
Small premium cars are in right now, with pretty much every luxury brand out there offering some kind of model. That includes Honda's upscale division, Acura.
As car specialist Dave Coons shows us, the automaker's latest compact sedan manages to pull together luxury, fuel efficiency, and the latest high-tech safety features.
Small is in right now, and so is small luxury. So Acura is giving small luxury another go with its 2016 ILX, the second generation of the car. An extra dose of style for sure. Notice how it mimics the design theme of the larger TLX introduced last year. And an extra dose of technology, something buyers of premium cars typically want. Optional on the ILX is what Acura calls Acura Watch, basically a suite of safety features to help keep you out of trouble. Blind spot assist and collision avoidance lead the way. It's not a huge secret that the ILX is based on the Honda Civic, but Acura's designers and engineers did a pretty good job of hiding that fact when compared to the previous ILX, particularly inside. though the side view of the car does look kind of Civic-ish. But Acura is no stranger to making premium small cars that stand out from the Honda side of the family. When Acura was launched in the mid-1980s, one of its first two models was the Integra, which enjoyed years of popularity. One big difference, with the Civic you can go super sporty with a 6-speed manual transmission in the SI model, or you can get a Civic hybrid model. Now the previous ILX offered both those things, but they found out that hardly anybody wanted them, so they were discontinued. One engine now, a really smooth 4-cylinder making just over 200 horsepower, as well as some nice sound. Decent fuel economy too at 29 mpg combined on the EPA cycle, though premium fuel is required. And just one transmission, an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic. Select Sport mode and it shifts almost like a manual when driving in a spirited fashion. All the bells and whistles, a big dose of style, and the attributes of the Acura brand going way back. Buyers who want a combination of trim size and big features may find this newest premium sedan to be a nice fit. Dave Coons, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
More cars. There was a special car show today at LAX.
It was all to benefit the Special Olympics World Games. It was organized by the Los Angeles Airport Police and held in an open parking lot at LAX. The cars came from car clubs throughout the Los Angeles area. A couple even belong to police officers. They hope to raise enough money today to sponsor at least 3 athletes.
It takes $2,500 to sponsor an athlete for the games. Airport police here are committed to helping with that, and this is our attempt to raise funds to help athletes get here to Los Angeles to be able to compete.
Good for them. Another way people can help Special Olympics raise money is by purchasing these challenge coins. The 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games open on July 25th right here in Los Angeles.
Looking forward to it, too.
Yeah.
We are updating our top stories at 7:30.
Also, a surprising sight in Cuba. We'll have details on what led former longtime Cuban President Fidel Castro to make his first public appearance in more than a year.
The search is underway for suspects who allegedly injured a man during a home invasion robbery in Exposition Park.
And we're learning new details about that terror attack at a university in Kenya. What the terror group responsible is now vowing.
Live from ABC7, this is Eyewitness News at 7:30 p.m. on LA56.
Our top story at 7:30, the search is on for a Las Vegas couple after their 3-year-old daughter was discovered dead inside their home. I'm Rudabeh Shabazi in for Giovanna Lara.
I'm Jory Rand. This is Eyewitness News on LA56, LA's only live local newscast at 7:30 p.m. Police made the disturbing discovery after one of the couple's other children, a 17-year-old girl, was arrested for neglecting her own 4-month child. Police are looking for their parents, 38-year-old Kelly Phillips and 39-year-old ex-convict John Drew Lachaud. They are not calling them suspects at this point, but say they are wanted for questioning.
Angel and Dodger fans are being met with new mandatory security procedures at tonight's last spring training game. This year, Major League Baseball is requiring fans at all ballparks to go through metal detectors. They also will have to take large objects out of their pockets. Fans will still have their bags searched before they enter and are still limited on the size of the bag allowed inside the park.
The terrorist group Al-Shabaab is promising more attacks like their slaughter at a university in Kenya, where 148 people were executed. But tonight we're hearing an amazing story of survival. One student spent 2 days inside a cupboard, refusing to come out, even as the gunman lured her friends to their deaths. Here's ABC's Alex Marquardt.
Hiding in a cupboard.
I was scared too much.
One student was found today, 2 days after the deadly attack. She'd hidden under clothes, even drinking body lotion to quench her thirst. During the assault, she said she could hear the terrorists weeding out the Christian students for execution. She was too terrified to come out until her principal and the police told her it was finally okay.
I said, how do I know that you are the Kenyan police?
The survivors now recounting the horror of the 13-hour assault. Gunmen storming the campus of Garissa University College, strapped with explosives and armed with AK-47s. This young man covered himself in his friend's blood and pretended to be dead.
They turned me around, they kicked me.
Family members collapsing today as they continued to learn of the deaths of the young students at the hands of Al-Shabaab, the Islamic extremist group from Somalia with links to Al-Qaeda. Kenya's president announcing that in addition to the 4 attackers killed, 5 others were arrested in connection with the attack. It was Al-Shabaab that carried out the deadly siege on Kenya's upscale Westgate Mall in 2013 that left 67 dead, and in February calling for similar attacks on malls in the West, including the Mall of America.
That was ABC's Alex Marquardt. Al-Shabaab released a statement today vowing to continue its attacks in Kenya.
Here at home, the search is underway for 2 men and a woman who allegedly injured a man during a home invasion robbery. It happened on the 3700 block of Cherrywood Avenue in Exposition Park. Officials say the suspect stole cash and roughed up the husband, who suffered cuts and abrasions. His wife and children were not hurt. And an investigation is underway at USC after a student was allegedly raped at the Delta Chi fraternity house. The sexual assault reportedly happened at a party in October of 2013. The student didn't report it until this past Monday. Officials issued a crime alert and are investigating. They say a date rape drug may have been used. The national headquarters for Delta Chi is also conducting its own investigation.
3 people were injured in a major pileup on the 15 freeway in San Bernardino County. This was the scene just after 9 last night on the southbound 15 north of the 138 in the Cajon Pass. CHP says one vehicle hit some debris in the roadway. That crash caused 4 other collisions. 3 people were taken to the hospital. The pileup closed down the 15 for about an hour. And authorities are looking into a crash involving a car and a party bus in Inglewood that sent 3 people to the hospital. It happened around 1:30 this morning near the intersection of Crenshaw Boulevard and 84th Street. Authorities say no one was injured on the bus, but 3 people in the car were hurt. No word yet on their conditions.
A nearly 3-day manhunt for an escaped Illinois prisoner is over. Convicted killer Cameron Taylor allegedly attacked a guard, took the officer's clothes, and walked out of the jail to an officer's SUV. Authorities arrested Taylor in Chicago last night. Investigators say officers responding to a 911 call about a suspicious person found him with a handgun. Authorities also arrested Taylor's aunt, who used to be a guard at the jail, on suspicion of giving him information that helped him escape. Meanwhile, in Arizona, a high school senior is charged with 30 counts of sexual abuse, but court records suggest the teen may have been set up during a Facebook chat between some of the 13 alleged victims. Tyler Cost has been jailed for nearly a year waiting for his trial. The chat conversation includes comments like, "We need to come up with a plan," and "He needs to be taught a lesson." Prosecutors and Cost's defense team refused to discuss the findings. The 18-year-old is scheduled to appear in court Monday.
To the Middle East now, where Iraqi forces and their allies have taken back the town of Tikrit from the hands of ISIS. But now officials are trying to stop looting there. It took nearly 10 months of fighting to rid the city of the Islamic State group, which had taken over, but much of the city is now in ruins. Yesterday, the Iraqi Prime Minister sent warning that the military will begin arresting people who loot abandoned properties. He also urged security forces to quickly restore order so that residents who fled can now return home. Meantime, two cousins from suburban Chicago have been indicted on charges of conspiring to help the Islamic State. Prosecutors allege that 22-year-old Hassan Edmonds, a U.S. National Guardsman, planned to travel overseas to join ISIS fighters, while his older cousin, Jonas Edmonds, attacked a military facility in northern Illinois. The two men will be arraigned on April 8th. If convicted, they could each face 15 years in prison.
Former Cuban President Fidel Castro makes a rare appearance in Havana. In these photos from late last month, you can see him shaking hands with members of a Venezuelan delegation. It's Castro's first known appearance outside of his home in more than a year. Castro will turn 89 in August. He stepped aside temporarily as president because of serious illness in July of 2006. His brother Raul took over permanently in 2008.
Well, it is a holy weekend for people of multiple faiths, and for some, the blessings extend beyond just people.
Still to come on Eyewitness News on LA56, we'll take you to the annual Blessing of the Animals and show you some of the unique pets that took part.
A parrot?
Looks
Plus,
like
it wouldn't be Easter weekend without an Easter egg hunt. See where these Southern California kids had an extraordinary time today.
I don't know if somebody would say extraordinary would be Jory. Just a guess. Here's the story. We've got ourselves a real change in the weather. I'll tell you about that with a 7-day coming up in just a bit.
It's a Holy Saturday tradition in historic Olvera Street in downtown LA. Archbishop Jose Gomez presided over the annual blessing of the animals today. From pugs to parakeets, people brought out many different types of pets. The Archbishop says the blessing reminds us that Easter marks a new beginning for everything God has created.
We have this celebration because we are celebrating the resurrection of Jesus on Easter Sunday. It is beautiful that the tradition says that the first ones that realized that Jesus was risen from the dead were the animals.
At 8 o'clock tonight, Archbishop Gomez will celebrate Easter Vigil Mass at the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels.
I love that tradition. At the Fred Jordan Mission on Skid Row, they had an Easter blessing and a warm, healthy Easter meal today. Thousands of men, women, and children visited the mission, many taking part in Easter religious services. They also had Easter baskets for kids, and everyone was served a delicious barbecue chicken brunch.
The numbers of the working poor that truly, even with a job today at minimum wage, even if they raise it like they're talking about, there's still great challenges.
The volunteers at the mission also handed out gift bags and Easter food bags for families to take home. In San Gabriel, hundreds of kids came out for the 71st annual Extraordinary Spring Celebration.
Good one.
The morning began, I think that might be what it's really called. The morning began with a pancake breakfast and ended with an Easter egg hunt featuring 5,000 eggs. See, when you have that many eggs, you call it
extravagant.
There it is. Eyewitness News also stumbled upon something special during the hunt. Our newest reporter in training. This is 6-year-old Sophia from San Gabriel sporting the Eyewitness News mic. Thanks to her mom for sharing this picture with us using the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. And Rutabaga, watch out.
I know.
You're going for your job.
Someone's gonna take over.
Looks so natural.
Just like an excellent reporter.
I like you.
There's much more news still to come.
If you woke up early, you were treated to an amazing sight. Can you hear Danny cackling from in the Weather Center? He liked that too. Coming up next, we'll give you a look at this morning's full lunar eclipse known as the blood moon.
And in sports, what happens when you mix a golf tournament with a track meet? Highlight gold. We were treated to an amazing view this morning on the West Coast here. We were able to see a total lunar eclipse. The full eclipse happened at 4:58 a.m. and only lasted for 4 minutes and 43 seconds, making it the shortest lunar eclipse for the rest of the 21st century. The moon was completely obscured by the Earth's shadow and appeared reddish-orange, and that is called a blood moon. Many of our viewers have been sharing their pictures of the blood moon with us on social media. These are just some of the many we've received, and they are beautiful. Remember, you too can join our circle of eyewitnesses. Just snap a picture and post it with the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness.
Wow, some of those really look like professional shots.
And they look photoshopped almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a red moon.
If we didn't know for sure that happened, we would think otherwise.
Yeah.
No, that's the real deal, man. Looking really good.
All right, Danny, and some exciting news
Yeah,
otherwise.
finally, we've been talking about all the time how much we need rain, and we're getting some, not huge amounts, half an inch maybe in some spots, but anything will do, and snow as well. So that's just some fun for some skiers. Let's go outside, take a look at things over the area. We first look outside to our live HD camera at LAX, and here's kind of a little hint of what's to come on our coastal cameras. Clear skies, but lingering out in the distance, the marine layer is thickening up, and a sense of clouds that are making their way in. Now we'll go to inland areas. Our Urban Spectrum camera shows Orange County looking great here on a Saturday, clear skies. Same for downtown LA, and it's been a great day. Right now, 69 degrees, calm winds, but certainly the dry conditions persist. 36% relative humidity right now, and today another very warm day, well above the average temp of 72. Got to 84 downtown. That's going to change drastically starting tomorrow and the next few days. Sunset, 7:16, sunrise, 6:35, and here's what's changing in our weather. Right now we got high pressure ridge keeping us fairly warm over the last couple of days. Now, what's going to change for us will be this low. Watch this circulation. It's kind of winding up out here towards our north. This is going to start tracking towards us next couple of days. By Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll see about a 3 to 10 hour rain event. Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, the main time for this. And we're talking about a half an inch in some of the upslope areas. And beyond that, some snow. Getting as low as 4,000 feet with a dusting of snow before it's all said and done, as it's really cold air mixed in with this trough moving through. Numbers tonight down in the 50s and 40s. Highs tomorrow, drastically different. We saw it showed you an 84 downtown. Only going to get to 71 tomorrow, so more like normal temps for tomorrow. And then the week ahead, watch all the changes. Here's the 7-day powered by AccuWeather, and watch. Easter Sunday looks good. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, 71. But now the cooler temps move in Monday and Tuesday, and by Tuesday into Wednesday, here's our rain coming through, and then clearing out for next weekend, back up to mid-70s. For the valleys and the Inland Empire, a breezy, sunny Easter Sunday, and then a cooler, windy Monday as temps drop down. Now really dropping down. That cold air moves in to the 60s, and here's again that rain event. Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, cleared out by Thursday and Friday. Could get up to half an inch of rain in some of the upslope foothill areas. And our beaches are going to look cloudy and foggy during the morning hours. More and more cloud build up there too. The rain coming in Tuesday into Wednesday morning, cleared out by Thursday, and a nice sunny weekend by Saturday. The mountains will be sunny with the winds kicking in tomorrow, and now bringing in that rain, wind, and snow up to about 4 inches of snow in some of the upper elevations, and that snow level dropping down to 5,000 feet, and it's not out of the question to see a dusting of snow around 4,000 come Wednesday morning. Now, for the high desert, we're seeing sunny, windy conditions for Easter Sunday, and then partly cloudy skies, and those winds kind of hanging in through most of the week. Deserts, too, will get a little light rain Tuesday night to Wednesday morning. No huge amounts there, certainly, but then also those winds clear out those clouds, and then temps jump right back up from that 58 on Tuesday up to 74 to 76 by next Friday and Saturday. So we're going to have a couple of days. Actually, it's kind of like one little 12-hour period of rain, and then right back to the spring weather.
We'll take what we can get.
Exactly. Yeah, try and pack as much in a short amount of time.
There you go.
All right, Danny, thanks. Time to talk sports. The Clippers have picked the right time to play their best basketball of the season. They've now won 8 of 9. In a win tonight against the Nuggets, the Clippers could close to a game and a half of the 2 spot in the West. Doc Rivers and the Clippers punished the short-handed Nuggets in the first half. Great ball movement tonight. Blake outside to Chris Paul, knocks down the 3. Clippers open with a 21-4 run. Moments later, J.J. Redick, he's in a mood to launch. He did so 3 different times. Team high 17 in the first half, and you know it's going to be a good night when Big Baby gets involved. Look at the move inside. He got the hoop plus the harm. Clips up by 16 at the break. They continue to roll in the third quarter. On to Charleston, West Virginia now. Corey Close and the UCLA Bruins in the women's NIT title game today. Bruins opportunistic in the closing moments, up 2. Kelly Hayes with the swipe at one end, the layup at the other. Bruins up 4. UCLA still up 3, 42 seconds to go. But the ears of West Virginia answer. Linda Stepney lays it in. It's a 1-point game. But the Bruins, who began the tourney 5 games under 500, run the table and finish as NIT champs. They beat West Virginia 62-60. They are your NIT champs. Back here in Rancho Mirage, LPGA playing its first major of the season, the Anna Inspiration at Mission Hills Country Club. American Stacy Lewis stalking the top of the leaderboard. She rolls in for the birdie on 12. She's at 9 under, but gave away a couple strokes late in the day. But Se-Young Kim did not. She jumped to the top of the leaderboard on 16. She later birdied 17 and will tee it up tomorrow with a 3-shot lead. Finally, on to Houston for the Shell Open, and rarely do you ever see golfers run. Really, they just kind of leisurely walk their way about the course. But after Patrick Reed nails this hole-in-one on 16 today, check out the dead sprint to the green with his caddy down the boardwalk. That is what aces will do for you. He apparently lost his watch during the sprint. It was worth it. Reed trails leader Jordan Spieth by 5 shots in that split.
Love that. New tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7, a raging fire in a home, and then the unthinkable happens. We have video of the home collapsing as the homeowners watch in horror. And a unique way to beat the drought. We'll show you a sink-toilet combination. Interesting. Those stories and all the late-breaking news on Southern California's #1 newscast, Eyewitness News at 11 on ABC7. And a high school senior in New York is faced with a tough choice this spring. He's been accepted to all 8 Ivy League universities. Every school on the list offered Harold Ecke a spot with almost full scholarship. He's the oldest of 5 siblings and a winner of the Intel Science Talent Search. He's also the salutatorian of his class and scored a 2270 on his SATs.
I'm not a whiz kid. I'm not even smart. I just think that through hard work and perseverance and dedication, you can accomplish anything you'd like to be.
Ecke says he's leaning toward Yale as his #1 choice and hopes to become a neurosurgeon.
He's got Harvard as his fallback, though.
Yeah.
You know. Wow. Up next, the new movie is already off to a fast start at the box office. We'll take a look at Furious 7.
And a local girl battling cancer credits a pop group with helping her make it through her treatment. We'll show you the heartwarming way she's saying thank you.
Whoever says cats and dogs can't get along certainly hasn't seen this group of cute animals in New York. A Chihuahua named Lucy Lou is nursing a pair of little kittens. Lucy Lou's owner says she brought the kittens home from an animal shelter with the intention of bottle feeding them, but when she turned around, the dog had already taken over.
Wow.
She says it's been that way ever since. The only concern now is how well Lucy Lou will do when the kittens go away. They will be ready for adoption in the next 4 to 6 weeks. How cute is that?
That is so cute. And she's a particularly cute Chihuahua, too. All right, well, the new action-filled movie, Furious 7, has already brought in more than $67 million since its opening. The film is expected to set a weekend box office record for an April opening when all is said and done. Entertainment guru George Pinocchio tells us what the film stars think about their successful franchise.
Can somebody just walk me through what we're supposed to be doing?
As far as weekend movies, there's really only one new entry in the race, the sequel, Furious 7. The film is driving toward a record box office take, and the film stars think they know why, because they're always thinking about the fans who 15 years ago first made this franchise the bonanza that it's become.
It's so about the fans and the supporters of this franchise, and it's because I feel like there's somebody in the movie that the fans around the world can relate to. We're just so honored that the fans continue to show up and show us love, and the pressure is on to never want to disappoint and let the fans down.
Like it or not, you and your friends are a part of it now.
I don't have friends. I got family. What happens is when you see the movie, you realize how much of your own life is invested in this saga, how much you as an audience member have participated in the evolution of this franchise. And it comes full circle at the end of this movie.
What's the plan, Don?
One last ride.
And the big question, now that they've made 7, will we see a Furious 8?
I like to let the fans dictate whether or not the franchise will go on or not. So we're going to keep our ear to the street, and we're going to continue to listen to their voices, and we'll see what happens.
This right here takes crazy to a whole nother level.
Furious 7 is rated PG-13. George Pinocchio, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
A 5-year-old girl battling cancer credits Maroon 5 for helping her get through treatments.
Yeah, it's a story brought to our attention through the hashtag ABC7 Eyewitness. Esperanza Duran has been in remission from stage 3 kidney cancer for 2.5 weeks now. Her story on Facebook has already gotten hundreds of shares. Esperanza recently heard that Maroon 5 is in town and is hoping to score tickets to Monday night's concert at the Honda Center. She says it's her dream to meet Maroon 5 and sing Sugar with Adam Levine on stage.
I want to see Maroon 5 because I love them.
I'm just hoping somebody will hear, that has maybe some connection to him. And like I said, just give her 5 minutes. That's all we're asking. I think it would be huge. Considering just everything that she's been through, I think it would be a big deal for her.
Well, if you want to help the Duran family, you're urged to visit their Facebook page. We have a link on our website at abc7.com.
Let's get her to Maroon 5. Get her, get that girl on stage.
Good follow.
Yeah, that'd be a great moment.
I would think if Adam Levine or anyone in Maroon 5 saw that story, she'd be right up on that stage. Yeah,
true.
Well, thank you for joining us for Eyewitness News at 7 here on LA56. LA56 Weekend Theater is next.
Eyewitness News continues at 11 p.m. on ABC7 and anytime on abc7.com. See you tomorrow night right here on LA56.